Who's my client? Oh. Hi, Courtney. Sorry.
Hi, Bridget.
How are you today?
I'm doing okay, I guess.
You guess what's going on?
Um, I'm in grad school at the moment, and I don't know. I'm in like this weird state of like one FAFSA just got a hold of me telling me that they're like cutting off my funding because like they apparently now have a cap on like how much funding they give people.
Hmm.
And then I don't know. I'm also, I guess, going through well, if I don't have the funding and I'm maybe like in the state of, do I even belong in college still? Like, is that still where I'm supposed to be at? Like, am I on the right path for myself? And so I'm just in like a state of like, I don't know, confusion and frustration, I guess, maybe.
Hmm.
Um, So I don't know. That's because like FAFSA reached out to me, and then my school is also just like, "Hey, what are we gonna do with your funding?" And I'm like, I don't know. Should I quit? Should I give up?
I definitely understand that FAFSA can be confusing and a hard way to navigate. What are you studying?
I'm getting my. This will be my second master's,
Hmm.
but this one is in clinical mental health counseling.
Oh.
Surprise! I'm in therapy and I want to be a therapist.
That's not uncommon. That is definitely not uncommon. Do you feel that this is where I mean, clearly you're studying it, but do you feel like this is your calling in life? Do you feel like this is something that, you can see yourself doing?
This is, I feel, definitely the path I've always been like leading myself towards without even realizing it. Um, Mostly because like when I first started college and
Mm-hmm.
like feels like forever ago, I started my undergrad in like 2013. Um, and I was like going into a field that I thought was going to be making a difference.
Mm-hmm.
My first bachelor, because I got two bachelors in 4 years at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
The first bachelor's is in anthropology with a concentration in forensics because I wanted to understand people and why and how they do things, as
Mm-hmm.
well as understand how our stories of our lives can be told through our bones,
Mm-hmm.
like when it's all said and done.
Mm-hmm.
And then going through all of that, I also simultaneously was going to school to be, it was a sociology with a concentration in criminology,
Mm-hmm.
because I also wanted to understand how we go from dealing with our problems to then taking our problems out on other people and how that shows on the remains as well. And then my first master's is in criminology with a concentration in behavioral analysis, which is still more understanding people and their reasonings behind things, including their behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
Because it all stems back to people on a singular level and understanding how and why they process things and then act out in certain ways from those.
Mm-hmm.
And then through all of that, I realized that while I was doing all of that, I was mostly doing counseling to
Mm-hmm.
people I couldn't actually help navigate through those hard times. So I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't actually really making the difference that I thought I was making. Whereas by being a counselor, I could help make those changes. And so after a sabbatical from like 2018 up until now, I decided to come back to try to get my degree in therapy.
Do you feel that going back to school now do you feel that it's overwhelming with your
Um,
with as many degrees as you have?
Being in school, I don't think is the overwhelming part because I am currently making straight A's. I
Hmm.
think my lowest grade was like a 95 within like the last semester and a half I've been in school because I
Hmm.
just started in January. Um, it's just more of like, I don't know, I guess like the minor inconvenience, or I shouldn't say it's minor, making sure I have financial aid is like a big major thing for me. But in my brain, it's like a minor inconvenience happened. Let's spiral into why we shouldn't be doing this in the first place.
Hmm. Do you have do you have any supportive people that in your life that's helping you through this right now?
At work, all of my coworkers are pushing me to like keep at it because they know I'm good at it. Because they all talk to me and they're just like, just imagine the kind of help you could be as a therapist to like help people talk to somebody about their problems that don't have anyone they trust to go to.
Hmm.
So like that's helping me like stay motivated to stay in school. My residents that I help take care of because I'm a direct support professional right now. They're all very encouraging for me to like maintain the course because there's like, I wish you were my therapist. But like I know in the long run and like the grand scheme of things that this is what I'm supposed to be doing because
Hmm.
everyone in my life is like very supportive and they all say the same thing. It's just I might be having a little crash out, a little mentee bee about am I actually because like I'm 31.
Hmm.
Like, is it worth it to like get this degree for me like so late in the game, or is it really not that late in the game? And I
Hmm.
just keep spiraling of like, what's life? What's the point?
Yeah, like I'm gonna reframe. Like, so from my understanding is that you're feeling a little not necessarily overwhelmed, but maybe a bit um confused, like as in which direction you would like to go.
I wouldn't say that I'm confused in that sense. It's just more of like I'm flustered
Flustered. Okay.
and I am definitely like feeling like a pit of despair if I do lose all of my funding of like how am I even going to maintain paying for this degree?
Hmm.
Because I really don't want to have to take time off from working on this degree to go out and find another source of like financial aid.
Hmm.
Um and then like I'm kind of like in a state of like why does FAFSA have to make things so complicated when it wasn't this complicated before? But when I
Hmm.
finally decide to go back to school, they make things more complicated. So, like, it's just, I would say aggravated
Hmm.
and overwhelmed,
Hmm.
or like my best. Oh, and frazzled. I'm also a little frazzled, which for me, frazzled and overwhelmed are two different things. Um, but that's where I'm at.
Right. Um, so I guess, worst case scenario, if the FAFSA doesn't work out, how would you handle that? Do you handle disappointment well? Do you um
I don't. um, so But during my whole I'm going to crash out about it, I know I'm going to find the solution.
mm,
It's just when, where, and how am I going to find the solution is like what's also adding to the frazzling crash out moments.
mhm,
Because it's like, I really don't want to have to go do like private loans and stuff like that because they're more expensive, or at least I think they're more expensive. I don't know, I have to do research.
mhm.
But like, it's it's gotten to be a lot.
Right. So from what I'm hearing is that your areas of concern are definitely the FAFSA. Definitely feeling a little frazzled and overwhelmed. Um, but we can definitely talk about that too in our next session.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Mm.
Okay, and we have about 3 minutes before Zoom boots us out,
All
which
right,
gives
well,
us
lay it on
plenty
me
of time to do critiques.
All
because I
right.
feel like I caught myself a couple times trying not to use I statements, which I've got to work on that.
I feel like
So,
or I guess it's Caitlin's turn to do the
Yeah,
critique.
it's
My bad.
Caitlin. Yeah.
all right. So your open-ended questions were fantastic. Um, I have like so many check marks by open-ended questions. You did really well. Um, the mm-hms were spot on.
Mhm.
I noticed you were leaning forward, and I really liked how you brought up like the support system.
Mhm.
Um, I thought that was really good. And then even like with the one thing where you said like I'm gonna reframe that, like I think that's a good thing that you caught yourself. Um, for I don't know what you were going to say, but like it's okay to like take a moment, and I think that's good. And then I think if there was one thing that I think that you could work on was like pinpointing that feeling, because like it seemed like there was a couple like there was some mismatched pinpoint feelings, but I mean it it ended up being okay because Courtney said the feeling, and then
Mhm.
you were able to ask open-ended questions on that. So I think you did a fantastic job.
Well, that makes my heart happy because I was nervous. No, when I was doing reframe, I was gonna do an I statement because like I understand her frustration with the
Mhm.
FAFSA, and clearly when we're
Okay,
working
that's
with
what you meant.
yeah, because when we work with other professionals, clearly we're going to have some of the same frustrations if another
Mhm.
professional in our field comes to our office, right? So like
Yeah.
I had to think about who I was talking to, who my audience was. I'm like, no, 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 no.
And
Mhm.
like I do like that you weren't fully spot on with my feelings because
Mm.
that made me have to reflect on actually how I felt.
Yeah,
And
I
like
was trying
just like
to.
Dr. Fur said, it's not
Mm.
about us getting it right all the time anyway.
Yeah, because you were telling me that the frazzlement and the overwhelm are two different emotions for you when, in context, I was trying to figure out, because as you were talking, I was trying to figure out my next question too to keep it rolling. So I was trying to do like two things at one time, like actively listen and then make sure that I got it right. But, you know, I guess when you have talkers, I guess, like and trying to get in there, like, you know, but you're right, and we're all learning. So